Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Here we go, guys. So we've been given the info about some of the buffs that are happening in Raid. Next patch, next week. So I spoke about it a little bit yesterday, saying we thought some void changes were coming based on this little clip that they'd thrown out there. There was no information. I was hoping it was going to come soon. And it's come really soon. It's come today. So we're going to run through the void champions they're going to change. I give my view, as always. And see what we think. But I think any time they're trying to address weaker champions in the game is a positive. It means they're thinking, they're trying to enhance the player's experience. So from that point of view, I think great. I did do a video yesterday on a couple of other things which I think they should be doing. So hopefully they keep kind of moving forward in that way. I will just say quickly, second game that I play, Summoner's Glory. I've been playing it now for about a month. And it's a really great game. They're doing a fantastic event over this weekend. I dropped a video on this maybe 3 days ago or something. Go and check out that video if you're interested in a different gacha game with a different kind of style to it. Because this one actually is really good fun to play. If you download Summoner's Glory, Eternal Fire, and use the content creator code HELL, you get some freebies when you start off. But the actual event is worth checking out because it'll be a great time to start playing with some of the additional bonuses that you'll get for playing over that time. So anyway, let's get rid of that. I'll leave that autoing away as we do. And let's get onto these champion changes. So we're just going to run through them one by one, guys. Basically, this is on the official forums here, the official raid forums. We're going to throw it onto the website as well. Now a lot of you go onto the hellhades.com site. So it's saying here, spring has been generous thus far and is raining raid updates still. I don't know if spring's been that generous. I think spring's been pretty tight. I've got to be honest. But anyway, even after the introduction of new Doom Tower bosses, okay, that was kind of cool, but they're really hard. 4.2 has been significant, has some significant additions to show off. New dungeon stages, a major void champion balance. That's the main reason we want to talk about in this video. AI fixes, I spoke about yesterday, and new champions. You'll see the details in a few days. Feels like every single month they're dropping out new champions now. It's part of their kind of cycle, if you like. So we're not going to find out about those today, but I'm keen to see what they are. Always keen to see what new champs they're bringing out. So they talked about the new stages here. Again, I've spoken about it in other videos. I'm not going to go into that now, but there will be an extra 5 stages added to all affinity, keeps, and dungeon bosses. And they are going to nerf enemy max HP for those different levels. I've spoken about that. I'm not going to dwell about that, otherwise I'm going to get into a bad mood. Let's go on to this then. Void Champion Rebalance. So first one up, Visix. Ooh, who's excited? Who's excited? Visix, the login reward, the champion, the Void Legendary that everybody is going to get. She should be top quality, a Void Legendary. Currently, she's in the vault. I tried to build her to be an absolute machine, and she turned out to be like an old-fashioned typewriter. It's about as good as I managed to make her. So let's see if they turbocharged her a bit. Blanched Mace. I don't know how you say that as well. I want to make sure I'm not saying that word wrong. All right, so has an 80% chance to decrease the target's turn meter. So this book's out. Let's get them going up at the same time. So her mace ability at the moment has got 80 books to 100. So it's going to be the same. 2 hit, each hit chance to drop turn meter. It's going to go up from a 10% turn meter drop to a 15%. So with a double hit, if she's booked, we get the same turn meter decrease as an Armiger now. It's actually quite a big improvement because you're hitting twice, it's an extra 10% turn meter drop. It's quite a big improvement. Okay. It's not too bad. Honestly, I feel like they could have pushed it more. I feel like they could have done at least another 5 with each hit. But still, it's better. Still redesigned. So Sinister Allies. Let's just see what it does right now. Sinister Allies attacks all enemies. If you book it, 100% chance of putting out decreased speed and places a shield. Its ability is actually okay. It just doesn't hit very hard at the moment. Still redesigned. No longer places a shield on herself. Will instead place a 50% ally protection buff on all allies for 2 turns. So decreased speed on the enemy and a full ally protection for your whole team. 3-turn cooldown, ally protection. Actually pretty good. And then we've got here our A3, single combats. Let's just see what it does again. Places provoke on one target for 1 turn. Lousy. Also places 50% ally protection on all allies. So we've just got that on our A2, so I'm guessing that's going to disappear. Still redesigned. Attacks all enemies. I wonder if this second skill, it doesn't say it here, this second skill maybe doesn't attack anymore and maybe doesn't do decreased speed anymore. It's not clear to me. It's not clear. It looks like, it says here they're just taking away the shield and replacing it with ally protection. So I'm hoping it's still an AoE and it's still a decreased speed as well. We'll see. We've got skill redesigned, attacks all enemies, places a provoke debuff on them for 1 turn. So we've got an AoE provoke now, and places a shield buff on this champion for 20% of her max HP. That feels like a decent rework, guys. More turn meter decrease, ally protection alongside a decreased speed if it is that move, and an AoE hit. Another AoE hit, placing provoke, and giving herself a shield. AoE provoke. Feels like that's actually a pretty good change. Hopefully it comes through and she's got some numbers alongside it. But all in all, she feels usable now. Okay, let's go on to Wurlim then. Wurlim. We've got an effect added on his A1. Places a veil buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn if the target resists the freeze. So he's got a freeze debuff on his A1. Additionally, the duration of the perfect veil buff, if freeze was applied, has been increased to 2 turns. So either way, at the moment with Wurlim. So at the moment, we place a freeze. It's like 30%, 40%, 50% if you book it, chance to place a freeze. At the moment, he places perfect veil for an ally with the lowest HP if he gets a freeze off. So either way, a veil's going out now. The perfect veil becomes 2 turns if you land the freeze. Honestly, it's all right. Second one, Frostbite Blast. Effect added. Places decreased accuracy debuff alongside the decreased crit damage. These debuffs cannot be resisted. Okay. Okay. The fact that they can't be resisted is huge. It means you don't need accuracy in his kit. I guess you still need accuracy to place his freeze, though. So that's a bit weird. Let's just see if he's got any other... That doesn't need accuracy. So basically, the way it looks like you could build him here is to almost like take no accuracy, know that even if you don't place the freeze, you're going to veil someone anyway, and then all of a sudden, he's got 2 debuffs now that need no accuracy to land. That's pretty good. AoE decrease accuracy and AoE decrease crit damage. It's not bad. It's not bad. AoE decrease accuracy, you know, someone like Doom Tower could be pretty huge. Someone like Faction Wars would be huge. Even places like Ice Golem would be good. Ice Grave armor cooldown reduced to 5 turns. Hold on a minute. That's actually pretty cool as well. So this is going to be on a 3-turn cooldown now. Strengthen and increase defense. That's not bad as well. Aura increased ally defense to 40 instead of 30. So he's actually moved into like a Doom Tower unit instead of a arena unit, which feels more right compared considering his kits. Again, I don't know if they're going to change any multipliers. It feels like he needs a little bit more multiplier, but it's quite a lot of changes in his kit. So he could be pretty relevant now. We'll see. Soulless. Base speed up from 87 to 97. That's good. Damn, that's actually good. Defense increased to 120, up from 105. What are they talking about there? Soulless. I don't have him. I'm not sure what that means. Defense increased to 120 from 105. In what way? I'm not sure what that means. Attack increased to 70, down from 85. decreased to 70, down from 85. It must be some internal numbers, I guess, because I don't know what that means. That doesn't correlate with anything here, but it looks like they're pumping his speed up 10. Great. It looks like they're giving him like another 10% defense. I guess that's what that means. And they're reducing his attack. Who cares about his attack? Considering everything is based on defense anyway. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Please tell me if I'm being a fool there. I'm not really sure what that means. Wave of Despair and Reign of Terror. Multiplier slightly decreased to fit the changes to his defense. So it looks like they're pumping his defense a bit. They're reducing his multipliers a touch, but they're giving him more speed. He hits hard anyway. That 10 speed is big. It's actually a big change for him. He will start to pop up, I think, in a bunch of arena defenses now. Right, Exemplar. So we've got an epic here. Basically, probably the least played epic in the game. Got to be one of them. So, high stance when ascended. Effect added. If the first hit is crit, it will increase one of the target's skills cooldown chosen at random. Okay, so I guess this is trying to push her to be, like an Iridoff champion. So, increasing the cooldown of the dragon skills. That's actually good because we do need more that can do it. If the target is under a weakened debuff at the same time, it will increase a skill cooldown to max. Okay. Pincer attack, debuff chance increased to 75% up from 50. Pincer. So instead of it being a 50% books to 75 chance to land weaken, she's now going to be books to 100% chance to land weaken. Needs to be that. I mean, she's void epic, so that's good. And then capture cooldown decreased from 5 to 4. So this ability here, single target, freeze, block cooldowns. Honestly, the additional skill on the A1 is good. I'm not sure if she's suddenly going to be used a lot. She certainly will be used more. I still don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. Right, Rowan. Rowan, give her more than this. Blade Surge decrease, debuff chance increase from 75 up from 50. So Blade Surge, at the moment, 4-hitter, each hit, 75% chance to place a poison. It's going to be 100%. I guess that's okay. I really feel like her kit's so fragmented, it doesn't make sense at the moment. So I really wish they would just like change out something. Maybe give her, instead of a stun here, something like a poison sensitivity or a different debuff. So at the minute, I still can't see it being used. But at least it's 100% chance to place those poisons now. There's still quite a long cooldown on it, though. I just can't see she's still going to be used. All right, Towering Titan, then. Damage will be based on HP. Damage. Let's check Towering Titan out. So one of his problems has always been he's an HP-based champion, and all of his damage is based on attack. It's the most dumb system they've ever set up. So they're changing that to HP-based damage. Same with the A2, 4 times at random. I don't think anything's actually changing here. Shield duration increased to 3 turns. When ascended, the skill will grant this champion an extra turn. Okay. So obviously it depends what these multipliers look like for the damage. But it's definitely that's a massive positive change for Towering Titan. That will be worth checking out to see if he's now viable champ. I don't love that he's got 4 hits at random still to place a provoke. I wish it would just be an AoE provoke. And then, then we're talking, to be honest. But we'll see. Okay, Suwai Firstborn, who is the Barb. Chica. Suwai, here. I think she's already quite a hard hitter. So Utter Rampage is the one they're going to change. Skill reworked. Attacks all enemies. Good. I like that. So Utter Rampage at the moment attacks one enemy, attacks all enemies with a second hit if it's a crit. But this hit will always be a normal hit, basically. So it's always a weak source second hit. So now what they're doing is attacks all enemies. 75% chance, probably books to 100, here, of placing decrease attack. That's not bad. And then deaden reactions reduces by 1 cooldown. So it's going to be booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. So she's basically going to have decreased defense, weaken, and AoE decrease attack in her kit. I think she might be relevant after that. I think that's probably enough. That could be good. The change here, a full AoE hit here, I think she does a lot of damage anyway, so she could end up being a pretty viable champion after this. Broadmaw, it's an interesting one. So Broadmaw is a fusible champion. He's only really used at the minute for something like Faction Wars. So we've got Hail. Debuff chance increase from 35 to 25. It's okay, whatever. Effect added. Fill the turn meter of all allies by 15%. So for Broadmaw, so this one here, gift, effect added. Fill the turn meter of all allies by 15%. So he's going to increase crit, speed, and turn meter now. It's actually pretty cool. The chance to increase the freeze here is okay. Resurrect reduces 1 on the cooldown as well. That's actually not bad as well. Increase faction crypt. Aura. Is that there anyway? It was defense. It's going to faction crypts. Okay. So pretty good. I think that's a decent change. I can't see him being played all of a sudden like loads more. But at least having a turn meter fill here makes him a bit more relevant. So having a turn meter fill, crit rate, and speed increase potentially makes him an arena go second champion now, which he wasn't before. Because boosting that crit rate means that you can make your damage dealers do a bit more damage. There's not many champions that do those things together. So could be relevant now. Okay, Birdle, Fellhammer. Base stats, defense has been increased, HP slightly decreased. Fine. So his second ability here, skill upgrade adjusted. So the Fellhammer, he's only really relevant at the minute for Fire Knights. Is it this ability here? No. This is A1. So at the minute, he's got heal reduction. Each hit, 30% chance, books up to 40. And the same here, it's actually going to book up to 60% chance of placing the decrease, the heal reduction. They've added an effect as well to Fey Protection. So Fey Protections is A2. Currently just puts a shield on him. It's also going to have decreased defense if they're under heal reduction. Okay. I mean, it's better. It's better. Can I see him being played a lot suddenly? No. It makes him better. So he was already good at Fire Knight. It makes him just better at Fire Knight. So all of a sudden he's gone from being like good, bring him in if you're short of a player. Now it's like actually decreased defense, heal reduction, and he's got the counter in his kit. It's decent. I can't see him being played tons still though. Whisper then, last one. They've added an effect to softening drive. Will also place increased crit buff on this champion. Fine. I don't think it's going to change much really. Unyielding flurry, cooldown reduce. And again, I don't think it's going to change much. Whisper, I feel like she requires such a lot of setup to be good. And with the relentless nerf for her not being able to stack extra turns, she lost so much from that. This isn't going to change how much she lost from that. So an extra turn cooldown is okay here. But for me, the highlights that stand out, Broadmaw, actually pretty interesting one. Suwai, definitely a lot more damage is going to come out of this. I like the idea of that. Towering Titan needed to happen. Exemplar might get some Doom Tower use. And I feel like all of the legendaries have now got more viability. I'm not saying they're all going to be top tier, but they're certainly going to be played more than they are right now. So, don't know, guys. What do you think? Comment below. At least we're moving in the right direction. I wish they would do stuff like this basically monthly. There's over 550 champions in this game. 10 champions a month just to kind of do a bit of a rework like this. I love it. It's actually what they should be doing all the time. So, thumbs up for that. Well done, Plarium, for giving us a try, giving us it a go. Is it the final iteration? Is this where it should end? No, but there's a lot of good changes there. Anyway, I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.